guys, this is Richard Coghill for Forest Schools Level 3, Unit 2, 1.2. We're going to be doing some tool talks. We'll be talking a little bit about the billhook and chopping tools, cutting tools. I'm not going to be using this billhook today. It's the only billhook that I could kind of source for the videos. However, the previous owner or an owner in the past has used this billhook for nefarious purposes. I think possibly trying to cut wire, and unfortunately there's several notches out of the blade. So I'm not deeming it safe to use, certainly not safe enough to give to any students, but it'll do for the demonstration of the tool talk, and then we'll talk about the tools that I am going to be using later on. This billhook doesn't have a sheath, but if it did have a sheath, I would remove it away from the cutting edge of the blade and replace it whenever the tool is not in use. When I walk with this tool, it is with a sheath on, down by my side, and I walk like so. Whenever I'm using it, I use it with 2 arms width and a tool width in all directions. This is a very good tool to use with a partner for splitting wood. If we had, if we had a piece of wood, probably shorter than this, then we can place the tool on top in the center, again using a block so as not to damage the tool or anyone else. And then with a partner or ourselves, we can place the billhook on top of the work that we want to split and use a batten to split the wood. A partner would wield the batten for us if we control the billhook, and it's important to have a communication, a wee dialogue of where do we want it to be hit, how hard we would like it to be hit, and how many times we would like it to be hit. And that will keep everything nicely in control for splitting or cutting whatever we like. If I'm not using this for a short time, it'll go onto something with the blade pointing towards me. If I'm finished with the tool, the sheath will go back on and it'll go back into a toolbox or designated area. What we're actually going to be using today, I'll be making shelters and things later on, is a short forest axe. Not too many differences from using the billhook. This one has a sheath which we can remove away from the blade, and again it's important that we use the same space and the length of the tool, 2 arms and the length of the tool, whenever we're using an axe. The big main difference with an axe, obviously these are designed to be swung either with 2 hands or with 1 hand. And the danger with the shorter axes is actually safer to use the larger felling axes, because if we miss the work that we're working on, the chances are that the axe is going to bury itself in the ground or in a block rather than come towards us. So most times when I'm using an axe, especially for splitting woods, like for firewood, I'm looking in that direction because that's where my fire is, I will use a block and I will kneel down, and this just kind of gets rid of that danger that if I miss the work and the axe is coming towards me, it's going to bury itself in the ground rather than my leg or knee. If I was up and I missed, it's coming straight towards me, and that's bad news. The other main thing that we need to think about is if we're ever using the axe one-handed, that our non-dominant hand, our helper hand, isn't in front of the axe. That would be very bad news indeed. So although we might work to, I don't know, strip branches or carve wood, we never bring that axe higher than our offhand. When we're not using the axe, there's a couple of things we can do. One fairly safe method, as long as there's not people running around too much, is that we can bury that in a piece of wood. That gets the cutting edge out of the way. But better is to replace the sheath like so and replace it to the toolbox or the designated area. Thanks very much.